go ahead and keep writing in the chat, as we understand this meeting as an interactive meeting session, and we would love you people to engage and write your comments in the chat. But yes, I'm very happy to welcome you to our closing ceremony of Youth and Evaluation Week. And it has been 5 days of inclusive and intergenerational activities, events, people from all over the world coming together, sharing knowledge and experiences, and discussing on how can we strengthen the voice of youth and evaluation. We have witnessed the power of youth this last days and have seen the potential of intergenerational cooperation. And today we want to reflect on this last days and review together with great panelists on what has been happening, what are the discussions we had, the events that took place, and further, we are having a great panel discussion with young emerging evaluators, and we want to explore different perspectives on evaluation, how we can engage youth in evaluation, and we want to hear about their personal journeys. So with this event, we seek to inspire young people, young evaluators to come into evaluation, and we want to encourage more experienced evaluators to come together with youth and to enhance this collaboration between different generations. So my name is Anna Warnholz. I'm ECD advisor from the German Institute of Development Evaluation, and I'm working for the Global Evaluation Initiative. Apparently, I am myself a young and emerging evaluator working on climate, gender, and youth-related topics. Could you go to the slide with the ground rules, please? Because before we start, we need to clarify some play rules. So first, we have to ask you to close your microphones and videos, and we would kindly also ask you to rename yourself, put your names and the country you come from in the names. And but we really want to ask you to share your questions and your comments in the chat. We will try to integrate them in our session today. And before we start with this great agenda, could you go to the next slide, please? I would like to acknowledge and pay my respect to the traditional landowners of the lands we are meeting today. As this is a global meeting, I'm talking globally. And we recognize that many of us are joining from different parts of the world with its own rich history and cultural heritage. So yeah, we want to pay our respect further to the indigenous people joining us today from around the world. And with that, I would like to hand over the work to Mark Mulobi. He's co-chair of EvalYouth Global Network, and he is going to share some opening remarks. Mark, the floor is all yours. I'm happy to hear your reflection on this exciting week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you so much. And greetings, all of you. Good morning and good day. As we say here in Kenya, Jambo, we are happy to welcome all of you to the final day of a very intense week of good things. So I, had a small speech, and I'm happy to read it and as I welcome you. So I'll first start by saying welcome to this closing event on Youth in Evaluation Week 2024. Over the past week, we've witnessed the energy, ideas, and passion to meaningfully promote youth in evaluation. This week has amplified dialogue on intergenerational solidarity and transformative evaluation. And one of the highlights that we've had this week has been the very first Youth in Evaluation Champions Award, honoring organizations that have exemplified excellence in upholding youth in evaluation standards. And they were chosen through an intergenerational collaborative process, and they have set a very high bar for all of us, and they have inspired us with their dedication and impact. And these champions have shown us that youth engagement is not just beneficial, but essential to driving sustainable impact. Again, as you can see from me smiling so much, looking back in this week, I'm filled with an overwhelming sense of optimism and accomplishment. The level of participation, the quality of ideas, the spirit of collaboration between generations have exceeded our wildest expectations. And it is clear the future of evaluation is in excellent hands. To everyone that has made this week possible, our partners who've joined us today, our volunteers, an incredible team that is working behind the scenes. Your work and dedication have created an environment where young people and young evaluators can truly flourish. You've laid a strong foundation for the new generation of evaluation leaders, and we couldn't be more grateful. And to our young evaluators, we continue to be amazed. You continue to amaze us. Your fresh perspectives, your innovative approaches, and unwavering passion are reshaping the landscape of evaluation. As you carry the torch forward, we have no doubt that you lead our field to new heights and create even inclusive and impactful future. As we wrap up this week, this Youth in Evaluation Week 2024, let us carry this incredible momentum forward. The spirit of collaboration, innovation, inclusivity that we've experienced this week. Let's infuse this in our everyday work. And together we'll continue to break down barriers, foster intergenerational partnerships, and create a world where youth engagement in evaluation is the norm, not the exception. Thank you all for being part of this transformative week. And here is to the future of evaluation. It is brighter than ever. So thank you so much. We are really, really happy that you've joined us. Back to you, Anna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark, for your insights and your reflection. And I really want to highlight your message to keep promoting youth and evaluation. I totally am on your side there. So with that, I would like to give over to Dan Abu Nekbede. He's a young and emerging evaluator and has a background in program management, M&E, and sustainable development advocacy. He focuses on the implementation of SDGs, and his career spans significant contribution to various sectors, driven by his passion for community empowerment and sustainable practice. So he is going to give us a little overview of what has happened the week before. And yeah, I would like to give over the word to you, Danabu.
Thank you.
Dan Abu, we can't hear you. We did before, but then we lost your connection. Now we can hear you. Thank you.
You can hear me now. Thank you. The overarching theme for Youth in Evaluation Week 2024 was as well, as we all know, upholding youth in evaluation standard. The event held during the Youth in Evaluation Week 2024, with some ongoing right now, include a total of 48 events. Of these,
Oh, we lost your. We can't hear you. Your microphone is unmuted again. Muted, sorry.
So as of the event that we held, I was saying, the event held during the Youth in Evaluation Week, we had a total of 49 events. Of these 49 events, we had 6 global events. We have 40 regional events, 3 regional events, and then 3 interregional events, all focusing on one or more of the 6 dimensions of the Youth in Evaluation Standard, which are leadership, accountability, practice, advocacy and capacity building, knowledge management, communication, human resource, and financial resources, all ultimately aimed at advancing intergenerational partnership in evaluation. The various events have no doubt contributed to advocacy for youth involvement in meaningful evaluation, networking with global, regional, and interregional colleagues, intergenerational partnership and collaboration between stakeholders, and young and emerging evaluators, and shaping common and workable solutions that will advance the implementation and achievement of the optimum goal of the youth in evaluation standard. Disintegrating the 48 events, I want to give you the breakdown. According to the 6 sub-thematic or dimensions areas we are pursuing in Eval for Action, we have advocacy and capacity building having a total of 33 events, the highest, followed by 27 events on practice and sub-team. We have occupying the position in descending order. We have knowledge management with 20 events. Other sub-thematic areas include leadership, human and financial resources with 12, 11, and 6 events respectively. The globally marked nature of the event was evident as demonstrated in the over 6 languages under which the event were separately held. 4 events were held under different languages like Swahili, Tamil, Sinhala. 3 other events were separately held in Spanish, Arabic, 8 in French, while 18 events were held in English languages. We want to, during this short pace of time given to me, recall and also intimate our participants some of the many memorable excerpts during this year's 2024 Youth in Evaluation Week. The quickest to come to mind during the Global Inauguration and Youth in Evaluation Champions Award section, where EvalYouth and the Eval campaign, 13 emerging super champions, 7 super champions for upholding the youth in evaluation standard. The champions include organizations and persons affiliated with the following 13 organizations. We have Action Research, Monitoring and Evaluation Learning, that's AMI. We have Evaluation Association of Bhutan. We have World Food Program, Clone House Development Consulting and Training, Evaluation Community of India, United Nations Human Rights. That is the Office of the High Commissioner. We have 2I Eval, Somebody, EvalYouth India, Monitoring and Evaluation Professionals of Kenya, Institute of Rural Management, ANAD, and UNESCO. The 7 super champions, on the other hand, include Asia Pacific Evaluation Association, CMS, Mongolia Evaluation Association, Encompass, UNICEF, and United Nations Population Fund, the Independent Evaluation Office. Spotlighting on another global event during the week in the X space, that's how to advance a career in evaluation. A youth-friendly and innovative event which leverage on the X space to facilitate general discussion around learning, gaining insight from youth and emerging evaluation practitioners and senior evaluators, insight into delivering one's career and monitoring evaluation. Ian Hookwood of Association of Senegalese Evaluation, that's a Sen-Eval, shares perspective of senior evaluator. He enumerated building on one's strength, learning from mistakes, and continuous improvement on skills as some of the way through which young and emerging evaluators can advance career in evaluation. Faith Chilukula, an evaluator analyst with UNFPA, gave 4 as to grow, gave 4 A's as to grow career in evaluation. That is aptitude, where she talked about building young technical and transferable skill, attitude, keeping a positive outlook, altitude, being aware of what is happening in the evaluation space, and action, being proactive and seeking opportunities. That's not all. During the section, also, Joseph Vassen, a seasoned evaluator at the Independent Evaluation Group, supporting the World Bank Group in the fight against poverty by evaluating what works and how exploration, specialization, and mastering evaluation skills are way for career path success for young and emerging evaluators. Claudia also gave 5 keys to being a good to be a good evaluator. By amplifying, she gave one as by amplifying diverse voices concerned with evaluation, being curious and creative, and then by facilitating participation in evaluation event. Other global events, including the closing ceremony, which we are doing now, which is to amplify the voices of youth, organized by EvalYouth Global Network, aimed at echoing youth voices during the week, are
Danabu, I think we lost you. Might be to your
practices by,
yeah.
these are the events that also took place. We have good practices by government and academia. Okay, I'm audible now.
Okay, thank you, Danabu. It was very interesting to hear and see all what we have done, the amount of numbers and the people who participated. It was very impressive to have facts and numbers. Thank you for your analysis. Now I would love to invite all the participants to take a group picture before we go over to the panel discussion. So put on your nicest faces.
Yes, and we can take down the slides while we're taking the photo. Everybody, please turn on your cameras. Mohammed, if you could take down the slides and stop sharing so we can have a nice group photo. Yes, I can see everybody looking good. Are we getting ready to take a photo? Okay. Everybody big smiles and everybody say, empower youth in evaluation. Yes. And I'm taking a photo in 3, 2, 1. That's one. Let me take another one so everybody can make another pose. Give me a pose. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Back to you, Anna and
Thank you so much. And now it's time for our exciting panel discussion. And for that, I'm very happy to introduce to you our panelists, starting with Giuliani Mignetti. She is a youth advocate and she is monitoring evaluation and communication associate at the Global Green Growth Institute in the Dominican Republic. She oversees the country program results framework with focus on climate change and sustainability. Her professional background includes experiences in UN in M&E information management and reporting. She has been a youth ambassador in the COP28. Thank you for joining us. And then we have with us also Aya Kanisi. She's a recent graduate of Behavioral and Social Sciences for Public Policy. Aya focuses on contributing to the advancement of evidence-based interventions and policies in Global South, especially within the African continent. She is passionate about driving change through impactful initiatives. She also advocates for the progress of evaluation as it is a crucial priority in orienting the future of regional and local practices. And last but not least, we have Mohamed Edaba with us. He is a dedicated policymaker on youth affairs, and he is a secretary member of UN Mayor Group for Children and Youth. Mohamed has played a pivotal role in shaping and advocating for empowerment and engagement of young people globally. Currently, Mohamed co-chairs the EvalYouth MENA, where he continues to drive forward initiatives that support the meaningful involvement of youth in evaluation processes. His commitment to foster youth participation in policymaking and evaluation underscores his beliefs in the power of youth voices to shape better future. Thank you for joining us today and to share with us your experiences and your knowledge. And to give people and the audience the chance to get to know you better and to understand better how your journey into evaluation has been, I would like to ask you, Aya, to share with us How was your journey into evaluation? How did you start?
So hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. So currently, I am a PhD student and also recent graduate, as you said, of a master's degree in behavioral science for public policy from UM6P Morocco, which was very crucial to me to be initiated to the field of evaluation, as many of our professors were very dedicated to bringing the awareness of the challenges in the field and the importance of evaluation in the policy cycle. So I also specialize in integrating behavioral insights in relevant policy interventions by elevating individual and collective human understanding and decision-making processes to achieve more effective and sustainable outcomes. And I do believe that knowledge or awareness of evaluation challenges is also crucial to designing the right interventions when it comes to public policy. So for example, my most recent experience with evaluation is joining a consultancy firm who is collaborating with UNICEF on a project of improving children vaccination uptake in Madagascar. And, having these opportunities after graduation or within my academic career was very crucial to me to have the right exposure with the professionals on the field also to ensure like good intergenerational collaboration. And being a youth representative within projects similar to this, whether it be in healthcare, finance literacy, education, poverty alleviation, or other domains, I also try to play an active role in advocating for the young and emerging leaders of tomorrow by fostering like a sense of inclusivity and responsibility among peers and the next generation of evaluators, even at the smallest scales.
Thank you, Aya, for sharing you. And yes, please, to our audience, we would kindly invite you to also share your path into evaluation. How did you engage with evaluation? And with that, I would like to give over to Mohammed. And I would also be very interested to hear about your personal path.
Okay, thank you, Anna, for giving me the floor. So, first of all, I've started for a winter school with EvalYouth MENA before 5 years ago. So after that, I committed myself to work more and improve my skills on the M&E. And during the COVID, I got opportunity to participate with the UNFPA country office as a young and emerging evaluator. So I was the only national evaluator at the evaluation team, and that evaluation program was the first ever country evaluation program for UNFPA country office, which is Libya. And yeah, so that was really an amazing opportunity for me. And yeah, from there, I got another opportunity to participate in as a young and emerging evaluator to evaluating another projects and so on. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Mohammed. It's really true how this crucial experience can shape our path, right? And now, Giuliani, I would love to hear about your personal story as well.
Of course, thank you very much again for having me here. I'm really happy for this opportunity. And yes, well, first of all, I have a major in political science. I decided to go into that field because I wanted to shape solutions from the public policy design and formulation. And then I joined a master's degree in human development, aiming to learn how to cross-code the human development approach in public policy design. After that, I underwent specialized training in human rights, human security, and project management for development. My experience has mainly focused on managing child protection projects and humanitarian assistance. And currently, I'm involved specifically in climate change and sustainability here in the Dominican Republic as monitoring and evaluation at the Global Green Growth Institute. But yes, before that, I worked over 5 years for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees with a population registration and information management systems to perform like protection monitoring, needs assessment, and household service. So I've been really involved in the fundamentals of monitoring and evaluation, performing data collection in the field, processing and analyzing data. And yes, I am really aiming to significantly position the role of youth in evaluation. Thank you.
Totally. And Juliana, like, what do you think? How has your experience as a young evaluator shaped your perspective on the role of evaluation in promoting sustainable development and social change?
Yes. Well, I have to start like you heard before. I've been involved in several projects at different areas. Child protection, humanitarian assistance, climate change. And that diversity has underscored the interconnectedness of social, economic, and environmental issues on me. And that's like the approach of sustainability. This is like an holistic view that is crucial for designing and assessing interventions to promote a comprehensive and sustainable development. On the other hand, I would like to say that evaluation is a powerful tool for advocacy. Through my experience, I've learned that when you assess and showcase the effectiveness of programs, you are able to advocate for continued or increased support for successful initiatives. It is like promoting things that have worked well. And I think that this advocacy is essential for sustaining and scaling efforts to drive social change. And finally, from my experience, something that it is really interesting for me is that how participatory and inclusive evaluation is also crucial. I've learned that in order to live up the standards set by the SDGs of leaving no one behind, evaluation needs to help stakeholders and involve parties to obtain a clear understanding of target population. And this requires include relevant vulnerable groups and integrating program or policy participants' voices through participatory evaluation. That's something really interesting for me, something that I've learned throughout my experience, and that we need to consider the voices of the community for which we work if we want to really leave no one behind and to achieve our sustainable development compromises. Thank you. We cannot hear you, Anna. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I had my microphone, but now it's okay. Yeah, thank you so much for your reflection. I totally agree that this is like a powerful tool and a great like way to integrate youth perspective in evaluation, and by that provide change. Danabu, you have raised your hands. I would like to invite you and write your question in the chat. Oh, okay. No, I think we have still some minutes left. If we could skip the PowerPoint again for a moment, please, so we can have our four faces back. Thank you. Because I would love to talk with our panelists about the influence and engagement of young people and like the potential of youth and evaluation, as we already started reflecting on with Giuliani already. And Mohammed, being a dedicated policymaker on youth affairs, I would love to ask you, how do you think young and emerging evaluator can influence current policies, and how can we by that ensure they contribute both to present and future generations?
Amazing. Thank you for this question, Anna. So, from my own perspective, the young and emerging evaluators can affect current organizational policies by bringing fresh perspectives and innovative approaches to evaluation practices. So there is many of ways, but I'll start from I'll mention the major ways from my perspective. First, it could be advocate for youth-centric policies. So youth or young and emerging evaluators can highlight the importance of youth focused policies and the unique insights they bring to understanding of the needs and aspiration of the younger generations. Also, another very important point, it's leveraging the technologies and innovation. So by utilizing the largest technologies and methodologies. Last but not the least, it is promote the inclusivity and diversity. That could be by emphasizing the need for inclusive and diverse perspectives in evaluation. So these can ensure the organizational policies are more representative and equitable. That is all and briefly. Over to you, Anna.
Thank you. I totally agree. Like if we incorporate youth perspective, we also like have the chance to address and reflect the needs of youth better in our policies. Thank you for that. And I would like to ask you, Aya, what is your perspective on that? Like, how do you think young people can influence organizational policies?
So I think that I've studied and observed some public governance practices, and I think that a considerable part of a complete and successful governance cycle has to do with policy evaluation. And it's not a detached aspect that, has the sole importance of just evaluating a problem, but it's also like a continuous culture, which is also an opportunity to be seized to ensure active citizenship, participation, alignment with other universal values such as diversity, inclusion of minority or marginalized communities, equality, accessibility, etc. So it's also the opportunity for us as youth to advocate for knowledge and capacity building. And here I'm talking about, for example, resource accessibility empowerment, developing knowledge and toolkits of evaluation, institutional capacities, etc. So to come back to the question, I think a direct but very brief answer would be active presence. So being present alone counts so much nowadays with all of the implications of just being present, and one could not claim like familiarity with the common practices or extensive understanding of the field or the communities without being an integral part of the agenda or the dialogue. But also these efforts, I think, should be reciprocated by a readiness to ensure a conducive environment for learning, advocacy for diversity, inclusion, etc., and embracing progress and innovation. So I think active involvement and continuous engagement. I believe like through those things, young and emerging evaluators can influence current organizational policies and also ensure like a significant contribution to both present and future generations.
Thank you, Aya. They're very interesting. And as we are a little bit running out of time, I would like to jump to another topic you have already raised quite often. So I would love to talk about inclusion and diversity. So Giuliani, what strategies can be implemented to enhance diversity in evaluation, in the field of evaluation? I would be interested in hearing your perspective on that.
Yes, yes. Well, that's a really good question. I think that there is a really important approach that we can implement, that is the intersectional approach in evaluation. That involves recognizing and understanding how multiple identities and social factors intersect to shape individuals' experiences, opportunities, and challenges. It emphasizes that people's lives are influenced by a combination of what happens in their context, such as their gender, ethnicity, age, disability, and among other factors. And each of them interacts in complex ways. And that produced unique experiences that cannot be understood by considering each identity like in isolation. I mean, we need to consider the intersectionality of those factors to promote inclusivity. And I think that an intersectional evaluation goes beyond like documenting disparities to advocate for policies and practices that address systematic inequalities. We need to think about promoting equity by identifying that root causes of disparities and recommending targeted interventions to create more inclusive and equitable outcomes for marginalized youth and marginalized population in general. So I think that in summary, the intersectional approach would be a really interesting process to enhance diversity and inclusiveness in evaluation.
Thank you, Giuliani. Very interesting. Totally agree. A very good approach in that context. Mohammed, I would like to hear your perspective on this topic on inclusion and diversity. And I would like to ask you if you can share any evaluation process that ensured the inclusion of diverse youth voices, particularly those from marginalized and underrepresented groups. If you have any example, it will be very interesting to hear. Or you can also generally reflect on broader strategies that you have observed that could be helpful to include that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anna, really for this amazing topic and a question. Actually, there is many of stories and examples, but let me just briefly share an example for this topic about the diversity and in inclusive, which is recently we have been started to advocate about the significance role of engaging the young people with disabilities. So people with young people with disabilities, when they should be meaningfully engaged in the evaluation process at different sectors. And yeah, that is that's one example. And I'll stop here because I know the time time doesn't allow us to mention many of stories and topics. But that's from my side. Over to you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Yeah, it's true. We nearly have to close the panel session. And because of that, I would give you the honor, Aya, to respond the last question. So we have already reflected on inclusion and diversity, talked about the potential and also the importance of including it. But this event is all about intergenerational collaboration as well. So Aya, I would love to ask you from your perspective, how can initiatives like the Youth in Evaluation Week enhance intergenerational collaboration in the field? That would be nice. And with that, that would be yeah, the last word of the panel session to you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the question. So I think first it creates like a structured platform for dialogue by providing like formal opportunities for young and experienced evaluators to interact, share insights, and discuss best practices. I think such initiatives can foster mutual understanding within the field. And this exchange can break down like generational barriers if there are some, and encourage collaborative problem solving. I think also, second of all, that these programs or your initiative also facilitates the transfer of knowledge and skills, which also ensures the valuable expertise it's passed on, while also integrating like fresh perspectives. And which does, like as I said earlier, provide a very much needed platform for discussing innovative techniques, and in return, like just fosters the culture of continuous learning and adaptation. And finally, I do think that recognizing and celebrating the contribution of evaluators from different generations and regions of the world is also an aspect that strengthens the global evaluation community, regardless of the generations involved. Even if it's just like to acknowledge current efforts from all sides and also take pride of the visibility that we give each other. So this could seem like a very meaningless to many, but I do believe that it is very also crucial to build a robust network where all of the involved evaluators have strong confidence, but also actionable hope in improving evaluation practices moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Aya, for this very nice last response. And yes, I just want to highlight the importance of networking, exchanging knowledge, and having a similar or shared mission. So thank you, the three of you, for participating, sharing your experiences, your perspectives. We had planned a little question and answer session. We need to skip as we are running a little late, but we really have a nice artistic session planned. So I'm very happy to introduce to you Benjamin Augustine. He is a really talented artist from Nigeria who is going to share a poem with us. He especially wrote for this occasion. And afterwards, he's going to sing a song. And I'm really convinced that this contribution is going to make this event even more special. So thank you, Benjamin. We are really excited to hear your part. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to share my little knowledge in this great and wonderful event of the closing ceremony of the Youth in Evaluation. So I have these poetic words that will summarize the idea and the mindset of youth in evaluation. So thank you. In the heartbeats of tomorrow's dawn, youthful dreams awake, eager and drawn. Their voices echo through today's halls, shaping a future where everyone stands tall. They are not just witnesses on life's grand stage, but pioneers of change with wisdom and rage. In every heartbeat, a fervent plea for a world where hope thrives and fears flee. Engage them now, where decisions are made, because their minds are ablaze, ideas cascade, seeds of solutions planted with care and blossoming into a future beyond compare. Imagine a world where voices unite, thoughts diverse, painting futures bright, young and old, hand in hand they stride, crafting paths where dreams coincide. Listen closely to their dreams suffer. Oh, guiding us towards a world aware, where justice and kindness pave the way, empowering youth to lead each day. Let us empower them now. Let courage ignite to shape our world, to set it aright. For in their hands lies not just tomorrow, but a legacy of hope and shared sorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin. That was very beautiful and inspiring. And with that, we are already going to the next agenda point, which are the closing marks from Eval for Action. And we are very happy to have Marco Segone with us. He is the co-leader from Eval for Action and the director of UNFPA Independent Evaluation Office. He's going to share some closing remarks. Thank you, Marco. The floor is yours.
What a week! What a week! Inspiring, powerful, energizing journey. And the performance by Benjamin with this great poem. I mean, it's really amazing. Together we span continents and languages in 49 events, united by the energy for youth engagement and youth leadership in evaluation. And the week was really marked by strong inclusion, participation, and rich intergenerational dialogue. It was really great to see so many old friends, but also so many new friends and colleagues. Really amazing. So we celebrated the outstanding achievements of youth and evaluation champions, which I hope has created a ripple effect of inspiration. The three champions events serve as a catalyst for cross-fertilization, empowering all of us to learn from experiences and move forwards together. The message is clear. Youth engagement in evaluation is a driving force that exponentially expands the transformative power of evaluation. As we look ahead, let us embrace, uphold, and advocate for the Youth in Evaluation Manifesto and standards, and strive to be champions in 2025. I really look forward next year to see and meet new and many more champions for youth in evaluation. Let us carry this global momentum forward in a way that builds even stronger national evaluation capacities for the delivery of the Sustainable Development Goals. So let's place young people at the center of national evaluation systems and policies. My sincere gratitude and thanks really to all young people leading the Youth and Evaluation Week, including all event organizers, moderators, producers, and communicators in all parts of the world. I know there has been so many people beyond the scene really driving this week for youth and evaluation. And in particular, of course, I thank EvalYouth and the Global Parliamentarian Forum for Evaluation for their co-leadership with the UNFPA Independent Evaluation Office in advancing the Eval for Action advocacy campaign. So let's forge ahead together with young people paving the way in evaluation. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Marco. And coming to an end, I would love to present to you Madeleine Brou. She's going to have the closing remarks. Madeleine is an activist for youth organizations. She holds 2 masters in law and humanitarian action. Currently, she is pursuing a degree in political science, and she firmly believes that rigorous M&E actions are essential for the progress and the effectiveness of humanitarian initiatives. She's going to share a vote of thanks in French, but we are going to post the translation in English in the chat. So, Madeleine, please.
Hello everyone. Bonjour à tous. Je suis ravie de prendre la parole aujourd'hui pour parler de l'importance de la semaine des jeunes en évaluation. La participation active des jeunes est essentielle pour apporter des perspectives nouvelles et innovantes dans l'évaluation. Cette semaine a permis, tant que malade, de mettre en lumière ses contributions et de montrer que les jeunes ne sont pas seulement des bénéficiaires des évaluations, mais peuvent aussi être des acteurs de changement. Nous pouvons aussi consolider les réseaux, partager les leçons apprises et toujours promouvoir les jeunes dans l'évaluation. Je remercie tous ces intervenants, ces champions dans l'évaluation qui ont partagé leur expertise pendant toutes ces semaines et inspiré les jeunes à s'engager davantage. Ensemble, ouvrons la voie à une évaluation plus inclusive et dynamique. Merci à tous. Thank you for all.
Thank you, Madeleine. And yeah, with that, I'm happy to also thank the production team, the Eval for Action team, UNFPA, EvalYouth, and all the volunteers for their time and effort to make this week a success. And also thank you for the panelists and all the audience to participate today. Yeah, we are happy to had this nice session today with you. Thank you and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.